One thing I want to touch on, Craig, before we move on, is we've talked about people that like it here, don't like it here, who it affects. It absolutely affects the players because
Yeah.
the players have to play in that arena. The players have to be a part of this community. The players have to be part of this wonderful state of Arizona. What are you hearing from the players?
Well, here's I had a story and I had a quote from Alex Kerfoot about, how they just have to push that aside. And honestly, every season is year to year when you're in this league. And it's true. When I started talking about this, the players who are on expiring contracts or moving on in their careers, there's some people where you get it. Okay, it's not as big a deal to them. But when we're talking about the core of this team, I can tell you to a man, they want to stay in Arizona. They don't want to go to Salt Lake City. They don't want to relocate. I know because I've asked them. And in fact, one of these quotes, I know Danielle has a little clip ready to run, but I know that the entire core feels that way. But they just want an arena. They want a solution. They're tired of this. And you can say, well, you got to block it out. You're a professional athlete. It's a lot easier said than done. This impacts their lives. And honestly, it's tough being sort of the mockery of the league for this long. It's not a comfortable feeling to have to deal with that on a daily basis. Danielle, can we run the quote from Sean Dursey right now that I called?
Obviously, everybody in here is kind of anxious to find out what's going to happen and things like that. So, we just want to find a rink and play in a rink, and we all love Arizona here.
Yeah, that's it in a nutshell. They love playing here. They love living here. They do love. A lot of players love Arizona. They want to be here. They just want a reasonable solution. So, and again, going back to what you said about staff and families, this affects people's lives. So maybe take that into account. Again, maybe try and change that default setting in your head from hating and mocking to empathy. Maybe we'd all just get along a little better if we had that default setting instead.
And last thing before we move on, Greg, is I lived in Minneapolis when Norm Green moved the team from the Minneapolis area down to Dallas, and that didn't have all of the drama and lead up. It did at the time. I mean, right when he moved it did, but didn't have 20 years of what the hell's going on in Minnesota. It was just abruptly, and it was gone from one of the largest hockey markets in North America. It was gone, and it was just. You didn't hear the hate of people. Oh, Minneapolis stinks. They're a terrible hockey market. Nobody said that. I think you did see the empathy when it came to Minnesota. Oh, it's too bad they lost their team. It's too bad they lost their team in Minnesota. I don't know what the differences are here in Arizona for that. I just don't understand where the vitriol comes in for a team that really, it should be of no consequence to anybody else but us.